Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are here with more NHL 24 franchise. It's still very weird to say, but hey, if you missed the first episode that was uploaded recently, check that out to explain everything that is going on with what we're doing here, what the story's been for NHL 24 for me this year, so on and so forth. With that said, it is, of course, the Salt Lake City Coyotes, as I talked about in that first episode. I mean, it kind of feels like this is probably it, and that, whether or not they're the Utah Coyotes, the Salt Lake City Soakers, who the hell knows? Honestly, I was going to name them the Salt Lake City Soakers, but I'm like, well, I don't want to have to explain that every time. But yeah, the Coyotes are here in Salt Lake City, Season 1 coming up. Again, we are using EA's most recent roster update, which is terrible. But we're just going to make the best of it at this stage. And in terms of just focusing on the team for what it is and what it could do, I feel like we, it probably won't be that good this year, and that's okay. I wouldn't necessarily mind, stripping down some pieces off of this team, the Nick Bjugstads of the world, stuff like that. Should we be that bad, and just really try to build it up as best we can. But we're not going to know what direction we want to take the team in until we move forward. So let's do that. Let's get into simming here. This very first season, obviously, again, we'll see where this goes. This really is kind of my test run for what the hell this franchise mode even looks like right now. April of 2024 is when we're recording this. And I don't know, because the last time I really went kind of heavy into franchise mode was the very beginning of this game's life cycle. So I don't know, in terms of some of the finer details and, just kind of how this plays out, the player development system, all of that. It's almost a learning experience for me here with this option. So not the finest start to the season. Honestly, a couple of wins there. Honestly, and of course, you can tell in the top right, I haven't bothered messing with the scouts. I'll do that in the first off season. I'm not too worried about the first year draft or anything like that, especially too, since we're using EA's roster. There's no Macklin Celebrini or anything like that. So we'll get who we get. But yeah, 9-12-2. It looks like, honestly, we're not even going to be bad. We're just going to be mid, which might be worse than being bad, if I'm being honest, because, again, too bad to be good, but too good to be bad isn't quite where we want to be, and that's where we are, though. January 1st, 2024, I remember it so well. Logan Cooley is our leading point getter with 25 points in 35 games. That is atrocious that our second-line center is leading the way. It's good that it's Logan Cooley, but what the hell is going on with the likes of Clayton Keller? As we take a look at the standings, though, you would have seen Minnesota is somehow below us. Unsurprisingly, Chicago is below us as well, as we are at least 9 points out of a playoff spot. Obviously, we got a couple of games at hand, and we haven't even hit the halfway point of the season. Just 87 goals for. Jesus. That is absolutely horrific. Let's get a look here at some of the numbers then. Oh, man. How bad is this going to be? Maselli, 18 points in 35 games. Just 16 for Nick Schmaltz. Okay. And 25 as well for Clayton Keller. Sure. Also, Nick Schmaltz is a 2. God, this roster sucks. It's so bad. Well, clearly, we need to mix some things up here. And the best way for us to do that is going to be, I think, a swap like this. Krause, Cooley, Keller, Maselli, Schmaltz, Bjugstad. Gunther's already up to an 83, which is pretty good. He and Hayton are actually playing relatively well together, so I don't think there's too much to change there. Travis Boyd on the third line. I'd invest in trying to make Michael Carcone better, but that's just not going to be a thing. I don't think we're going to be able to replicate kind of the performance that he has had this season. Defensively, not worried about too much. Goaltending-wise, I mean, Connor Ingram's doing well, but Jesus Christ, they made him an 85. It's crazy. Let's blow it up now. It's kind of the thought. We're just not going to be able to out-tank Chicago, though. And I really don't want to acquire draft picks this far out because obviously if we get lower picks, they could end up being even a playoff team's pick by the end of the season. So, but right now, yeah, we are continuing down the path of being very, very mid. You can take the Coyotes out of Arizona, but you can't take the Arizona out of the Coyotes, at least in terms of their typical performance. 19-24-5 as of February 1st. Yeah, I mean, at least 11 points back of the Blues, although we have a game at hand, so probably 11 points out of a playoff spot. Let's see, you got the Ducks on 51 points. Actually, we're 8 points out of a playoff spot. Clayton Keller, the leading scorer. I mean, this team just does not have it, do they? Trade deadline day is on March 9th. We can go to March 1st and then potentially look at stripping some pieces away. Let's keep the team the same. Obviously, there's not too much we can do with the team this year. It is what it is, right? So we'll see where we go from here. It's another inconsistent month. That's about right for this team. A few more losses than wins. 22-31-6. 8 days out from the trade deadline. Clayton Keller well under a point per game. Minnesota's actually caught us, although we have a game in hand. They're 1 point ahead. And again, Chicago is intentionally dreadful. I don't even care about what our team stats are at this stage. Let's see what pieces we can strip away here. I'm going to do what I typically do and use the trade finder. But as you can see, we do have a couple of extra second round and third round picks this year. So we already have some good draft capital to work with, and we should be able to make it even better. Connor Ingram has done pretty all right. Is there a trade market for him, though? Connor Clifton, I'm not taking that boat anchor of a deal. I'm sure he has a higher rating in the game than what he should. A second, a third, and I think it's Tanner Kozak. And a second and a third from Seattle. Obviously, Buffalo doesn't need a goalie, though. I would hate to send him to Buffalo. And Seattle, I mean, I don't know if Joey Decord has the proper rating that he should, but man, it would really screw over one of those two teams. They really shouldn't be in the market for a goalie. Korhonen, is there any market for you? Because I don't think you're going to develop. 6th round pick or a medium 9, maybe a 5th rounder, Colin Blackwell. And obviously, we're not looking to buy. We might as well just keep him then for a 5th round pick, right? Might as well. Yeah, there's not going to be anything else out there. All right, well, hey, if he develops, he develops. So not much going on from a goaltending perspective. Defensively, Sean Durzi, who they have at an 86 overall. No extension yet. What's the market for Sean Durzi? Frank Vetrano in 2/3. Ugh. Hey, shout out to Warrior. Ryan Strome, a 4th and a 5th. Alex Killorn, a 3rd. 2/3, that is. Shillington, a 3rd and a 3rd. Yeah, again, the market isn't necessarily great. 2 second-round picks from Carolina isn't too bad. Take on Risto. 2 second-round picks seems to be the best kind of deal. Lakiramaki, who should probably be higher than a medium top 6. But hey, remember when I said I wasn't going to complain the whole time? I lied. And then Brendan Brisson in a second. So Brisson or Lakiramaki in a second looks a little bit better than 2 seconds because at least you have a bit more of a guarantee. So Lakiramaki or Brisson for Sean Durzi. I mean, Durzi is, still a younger defenseman at 25 years old. Hasn't had the best season this year. They have him as the most generic two-way in the world. He's not bad at anything, but he's not elite at anything. How much money does Sean Durzi want moving forward? I think that's the first question needs to be answered. $5 million. 86 overall defenseman, super well-rounded. Obviously, I can't really hold the lack of point production against him because nobody on this team is putting up points. So, $5 million is not bad. It's not bad for a consistent top 4 defenseman. I think we probably keep Sean Durzi then. Unless Lekkerimäki or Brisson are just so damn good that we can't turn them down. Lekkerimäki's a 71 overall at 19 years old. No abilities or anything on him. And Brisson is a 76 at 22. Also no abilities on him. 76 at 22, 71 at 19. I mean, they end up being about the same player. We're keeping Sean Durzi if those are the potential returns. I don't think either one of them will necessarily hit Durzi level. Obviously, the other pick could help. So if we're not trading Durzi, we're not trading Moser. We're not going to trade Soderstrom either. I mean, he doesn't have much for value. And that leaves like Travis Dermott, who is great, but not great in this video game setting. A 5th in Curtis Hall. Harrison's a decent option. This guy sounds like Lorem Ipsum's brother. Medium 6, Jean-Luc Foudy. I mean, a medium, it was a medium 9, not a medium 6. But I mean, yeah, about a medium 9. Hey, we could get Matt Rempe. And speed run his road to CTE. Brennan Othman. All right, so about a medium 9 for Travis Dermott. Which you got to figure we can get a player like Travis Dermott pretty much any year. So the question is, out of this group, kind of who do we think would be the best? And I could sit here and check. But yeah, I mean, a player like Travis Dermott we could get at any time. I'm not going to get Matt Rempe just because leave him as a Ranger. It's fine. Honestly, I'm not really feeling any of those deals either. I'm a little bit surprised. And then further down, I can't imagine Josh Brown has much value. Well, Ryan Suzuki, Noel Gunler, I mean, might not be particularly great, but there are a couple of options to kind of trade him to a contender. So we could look to do that. Is there any surprising name at the top of the board? And the answer is not really. Just a bunch of medium 9s that are about the same. Okay, at least we know that there's some value for Josh Brown. On the wing, obviously Clayton Keller is going nowhere, but yeah, there's no options out there for him anyway. On the left wing side, I'd prefer not to get rid of Lawson Krause. I mean, it's a little bit of a hefty contract, but Clifton, a 3rd, and Tyler Johnson. I mean, we could cap dump him for a 3rd round pick, but man, we need players that can take up cap space too. So as much as I was like, hey, yeah, we might be able to sell off some pieces here. Who? And for what? Michael Carcone's in that mix for some medium 9 options. And then forward-wise, we do need to look at Nick Schmaltz's value. 2 seconds in Jakob Silfverberg, who IRL is about to retire. Very underrated player throughout his prime. Backlund, Pissick in a 4th. Severson's monster contract. I mean, I'm sure Nasher would appreciate that trade to get rid of the Goodbranson deal. Ryan McDonough. Whole lot of potential cap dumps, basically. It's like, hey, you want to get rid of Nick Schmaltz, take this salary, and we'll give you a 3rd. So, I mean, it's not great. There is really not a market here, is there? What we have to do now, I would say, is a little bit of research on those medium 9 forward prospects and just keep an eye out on anybody that might be good. Like Loshko is a 69 overall. Koskamaki's not bad on St. Louis at a 70 at 20. It's not too bad. Nikita Alexandrov's not that bad. Like I said, I just want to double check what the values are for these guys. Someone like Ethan Gauthier, 68 overall at 19. And obviously Lekkerimäki was out there. The superior Elias Pettersson, of course. Yeah, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference if we target like a Caden Korczak even, a Demek, or Matthew Cataford. They're all about the same because that's how they rank prospects. They're all about the same. Chibrikov is a 74 at 21. Okay. Well, even though I can't exactly guarantee we'll get anything good in this first-year draft, if someone's on an expiring contract, I have to get rid of them, basically, right? So, taking a look then, starting off at center. Holy crap, okay, nobody's signed. Can I get anything for Barron even? I mean, I might as well just look for literally everybody. Ryan McGregor, no. Barkland, 57 overall at 21 years old. He's terrible. Curtis Douglas, Jordan Osterley, AJ Greer, Saboril, and Goodbranson. I mean, Goodbranson would be a good cap whale. I got to be honest. Dynan Lewis, Goligoski, a 7th round pick from the Leafs. I mean, Douglas, obviously, he's huge. 73 overall at 23 years old. Yeah, I mean, if I can get something for him, I should at this point. And it won't be Eric Goodbranson, but it will be... let's go for either Hatakka or Missoul, depending on whose value is a little bit better. So let's see what we got here on New Jersey. Hatakka's a 73 at 23. Wow, they're literally the same thing as Curtis Douglas. Kurt, you get to stay. I cannot find a good trade here to save my life on a team chock full of contracts where you're just like, yeah, we could get rid of that. There's no way it'll let me flip Brian Little for anything. Obviously, LTIR in real life. Travis Boyd. Okay. Like, even if I can't get anything good for you, like, if I can trade Travis Boyd, I should. 3rd round pick from the Bruins, and Ryan Mast isn't too bad, though. There's also Harrison. Weekend isn't that bad. I mean, a 3rd and Ryan Mast is probably a little bit more value than a medium 9. Probably. Is there anybody willing to offer, like, even a high 6? A 3rd and Kufler? It's not that bad. Yeah, I think that 3rd round pick from Boston's where we're going. Those medium 9s are dime a dozen. Then Sim is a medium bottom 6. I mean, that equals out to pretty much what a medium 7th defenseman is. A 3rd and Sasson, that is the best deal right there. A medium 9 and a 3rd round pick from Vancouver. That is pretty good. We have a deal, Vancouver. We'll send Boyd to the Canucks. Pick up, I believe it's Max Sasson and a 3rd round pick this year. So a quick and easy deal to make. Let's hope we can make a few other ones here. And again, just recoup some draft picks, right? So let's see. What else do we got? Barrett Hayton's deal is coming due. He is still 23 years old. IRL, he has turned into a pretty solid two-way forward. I think for that reason and based off his age, yeah, it's a lot. Like, hey, do you want Jason Zucker? Do you want Risto? 2nd round pick from Washington isn't too bad. Granted, it's the Bruins pick. Obey Kubel might be able to be flipped, but I'm going to say no to that. I think we can keep Barrett Hayton around as a 3rd liner. Liam O'Brien, can I get anything for you? No, I cannot. Nathan Smith, can I get anything for you? No, I cannot. Travis Barron? Nope. McGregor, we already couldn't. Bjugstad, we got an extra year. I'm going to hold off, see if the market improves for him. Justin Kirkland, nothing. And what about John Leonard? All right, I might be able to get something here for John Leonard. Forward prospect John Farinacci from the Bruins. Chase Wheatcroft. A bunch of medium 9s. Adam Edstrom. 7th round pick from the Leafs. We'll take Farinacci from the Bruins. That's fine. And then right wing side, Kellerman. Voracek, we won't be able to move. Defensively, Steven Kampfer. No. Michael Kesselring. I mean, he's 24. He's not going to get that much better. Magna and Zaitsev. Sanford and Zaitsev. A 7th rounder and Jared Tenorti or Colin Blackwell. I mean, we might as well just keep him then, right? I mean, he can be a 3rd pairing guy for us. I mean, a 7th round pick. You know what? I'm actually going to take it. Screw it. Screw it. Yeah, screw it. Kesselring, you're off to Chicago. Have fun. Have fun. We'll take the 7th round pick. It'll be an early 7th round pick. So that'll be fun. And then defensively, I thought it sent down a goalie. Defensively, we'll call up Jared Tenorti for the rest of the year. Quick and easy. Hello. I am spamming the B button to back out. Hello. Okay, we'll go to edit lines instead. Glad to see the menus still work fabulously. That's never going to change now, is it? Also on the defensive side, who else can we get rid of? Anybody. Again, Dursey will keep. Travis Dermott, again, I don't want to get rid of him. Oh, okay, and the market dried up for him, apparently. We'll come back on deadline day. Josh Brown, nobody in the market for him anymore. Jared Tenorti, nobody in the market for him. All right, well, we'll wait until the actual deadline day then to see what we can do. Matt Villalta for Joe Snively. Cool. So, yeah, there is a significantly reduced market compared to what I was hoping to see. That's not great. But maybe it'll turn around in just over a week's time here at the trade deadline as we absolutely smash the Sens. Oh my God, we make those trades and we win 3 in a row. You love to see it. So deadline day, we already kind of know the Bruins are trying to trade Jeremy Swayman. That's stupid. And they haven't taken Carter Hart out of the game or reduced his overall. That's interesting. Interesting decision there. Yay. Interesting. So goalie-wise, again, one more look. It was pretty much... Oops, we went way too far. It was pretty much just Kozanosh or Villalta. And obviously, Josef Kozanosh, real life, isn't even under contract to the Coyotes, but the game auto signs him. We don't need Snively. And then Korhonen... Again, there wasn't too much out there. 6th round pick, one of the numerous medium 9s. There was a 5th rounder. And yeah, at that value, we might as well just keep you. I mean, a 68 at 21, again, isn't brutal. So defensively, one more check. I can't imagine there's a market for Kampfer, and there isn't. Jared Tenorti, you'll be here for the rest of the year. Cameron Crotty, nothing. Travis Dermott. All right, there is nothing still for Travis Dermott. That's a shame. Josh Brown, nothing for him either. Because that defensive market just dried up. What about Yusov Valimaki? Valimaki, a 3rd round pick from the Ducks isn't too bad. That looks to be the best deal we're going to get. I'll take a 3rd round pick for Yusov Valimaki. And then we take on Jakob Silfverberg. If I can flip him, that's fine. But a 3rd round pick, we'll take that for someone of Valimaki's talents. And Soderstrom, Moser, that's fine. Patrick, Koch, whatever it is, Koch. Dursey and Dermott. One more try for Dermott. Okay, hey, the market opened up back again for Dermott. 5th rounder in Hall, Harrison. 4th rounder from the Hurricanes. More interest in the draft picks. 3rd round pick from the Devils by way of Winnipeg. That is the deal right there. Travis Dermott, I hope you win a cup. You're off to New Jersey for a 3rd round pick. One more try on Jared Tenorti. There we go. Max Kashkovic. Screw it. He probably won't be anything, but we'll flip Jared Tenorti. That's fine by me. It'll make room for some of our younger defenders to get into the lineup. Josh Brown. One more try here. 6th round pick from Carolina. Or one of the numerous kind of, prospects. 5th round pick from the Devils. Right. Suzuki, Gunler, Ronan Seeley. I mean, there's just so many of these guys, and I don't really feel like checking how good they are. Let's make another deal with New Jersey. Screw it. Josh Brown, there you go. Josh Brown can try to deal with Matt Rempe now, so that's good. That's good. Get yourself some toughness, you know? So I think we're good. From a defensive standpoint, can I flip Silfverberg? No, I can't. That's fine. He can be here for the rest of the year. Kashkovic is dreadful. Gounce and Goodbranson. Yeah, no thanks, Columbus. No thanks. I think we're good, right? I mean, Kirkland's not going to have any value. That's about it this year in terms of the players that we absolutely need to get rid of and get something for now. So that works for me on this deadline day. Yeah, nothing for Nathan Smith. Fair enough. We'll play it slow and steady. We'll see if any blockbuster deals went down by the game's own logic. And Patrick Kane is now a Vegas Golden Knight, along with Jeff Petrie for a first-round pick and a prospect. That's very Vegas. Brings the new meaning to Showtime, I suppose. So to cap off this season in terms of roster changes, I mean, obviously, if we can call up some younger defenders to get that playing time, it's fine. But also, we don't really have that many defenders signed. In real life, they did call up Max Zuber. Which is interesting to give him a chance. Again, Cam McCarty's 24. I mean, yeah. Drop Steven Kampfer. No, we won't. It's fine. Congrats to former Bruin Steven Kampfer. You get to play again. Shea Weber, boy, let's call you up. Have you be the healthy scratch. Right wing side is Keller, Silverberg, Kellerman, and let's go with Josh Doan. I think now's a good time to call up Josh Doan. Left wing side's looking good, and then obviously quite a few centers. Max Sasson can go down. Don't want to lose Jack McBain or Kerfoot for anything. Actually, you know what? I mean, I'm kind of okay if we were to lose Alex Kerfoot for nothing. I guess we won't call up Josh Doan for now, then. We'll just leave him down in Tucson. That works for me. So a quick look at the lines, and then obviously we just look ahead to the draft. We know that we're going to want... Oh, man, I put Bjugstad way up there. Cooley there. Let's go Gunther, Cooley, Keller. Go with that young skill, at least in theory. That might be able to make it work. I'll move Lawson Krause over to that right wing side. And then Barrett Hayton at center. Barrett Hayton's probably better on the left wing, to be honest. I think we're good. We're not actually good. Again, it's all about it's all about usage of the term. We'll go best lines down in the AHL. It'll have a lot of AHL filler for the rest of the year, and that's all well and good. So, yeah, we still suck.